Welcome everyone. This is Bhavna Srivastava, the Golden Light, and I wanted to talk about. There's so many things we can talk about, right? But this today, I wanted to talk about why you want to go into that space of um, going deeper within inside of you. Why is that so important? You know, and why people avoid doing that? Because the first thing people start thinking about is when I do that, they shift and turn into being a critic for self, and they start to judge, right? You start to judge yourself, and um, you know, this is wrong with me, this is what I do. When I talk about going within, you're not, don't judge, just notice. So there's a difference between judging yourself and noticing. There's enough people in the world to criticize, to judge you, and if you do the same thing for yourself, it's hard to move up. But just know and have, notice that, okay, I have these shortcomings. The going within helps you to notice your faults and your gifts and your strengths, or your weaknesses and your strengths, let's put it that way, right? Okay. So every time I come out during the daytime too, come on, Jingur. um, so the whole point, you can hear it in the back, right? They love talking to me when I come out. So important part is to know that you don't need to be your own critic, right? The important thing is to know that I just want to know who I am and what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses. And how can I, when you go deeper within, how can I make my weaknesses get less and less, and how can I grow more of my strengths, and how can I turn my weaknesses into my strengths, right? So that's what happens when you start to go within. And that's why I wanted to tell this, because people, when they start to go and they start to see all of that, and then they come out of it because they start to shift into traumas or the triggers, and then it's hard for them, right? So their journey stops. So it's like they run away from themselves, right? But why is this important? It's not important at all. I'm just underlining that. To go inside, to criticize, to say I'm bad, I'm not good enough. Don't start that pattern when you are trying to go deeper within. And start with, okay, this is what I feel. This is how I feel so much better. So when you're going deeper within, it helps you to reach that state of calmness. Then it helps you to reach the state of stillness. So the important part is to go into that state of stillness, okay, where you don't go feel anything. But before you even reach the state of calmness, forget about the stillness, that's the next step. Before you even reach the state of calmness is the state where your chatter mind is talking to you and saying all these wonderful, amazing things, which sometimes you don't like, and you might get triggered, but just listen. And then you just say thank you to that chatter mind, and that's very important, because when you start to do that, then that chatter mind is like, okay, you heard me, now I can quieten down. So that's when that quietens down, then only can you go into a state of calm. Okay, and that's why people say you have to meditate, and a lot of people cannot meditate because their chatter mind and that mind is talking all the time. So it's hard for them to quieten that mind, because you keep not hearing the chatter mind, or you're hearing so much of it, and you've told the chatter mind that you can continue doing so. So when that is happening, you have to tell the chatter mind, it's okay, tell me everything, and then be quiet. Okay, so you have to give the directions. Just like when you eat something, you are told, you eat this, then you put the plate, or you leave the plate, or you wash the plate. And so, how you do for yourself is how you do for your mind too, right? The mind has two parts. One part is quiet and one part is chatter. In order to reach that quiet part in your mind, you have to go through the gates of the chatter, right? So when you've passed through those gates, that's when you can reach the quiet space, that quietness in that mind. That's when you can connect to being calm. Okay, so try that. Okay, and in my next video, I will take you through that, a little 1 or 2 minute of video, or you can ask me to personalize one for you, and I can send that. All right, thank you. Namaste. I love you all.